Hello, my name is Harvey and welcome to my shop. In today's video, I'm just going to go over a few of the things that I've been doing since the last video and just kind of get you caught up. Be right back. So, since the last time that I made a video, I've basically just been working on getting ready for the tool, but I have made a few little small projects like this little rack here. One of the things that was becoming more and more of an issue was the fact that I needed a place to put some of my marking tools, and this here I can put my knife, my marking gauge. I got another spot right for another marking gauge. Right now I'm just using it to put one of my screwdrivers in, and I've got the spot here. These are not really set up. I've got these set for some dovetails, and I don't want to change those. But basically, both sets of my dividers go right in there. So that was one of the two projects I did. The other project that I did was for my sharpening station, and I'm going to back up right here and show it to you. Now, this right here, let me get around here where you can see it better. But anyway, this sharpening station, basically right here, it has, these are the different bevels for different blades I have for both my chisels, my planes, and my scrapers. And these are, there was like a total of 7, but 2 of them I don't have and I probably will never use. So I decided on these 5 here, and it fit on this board real nice. And the width of this is the width, with the exception of my large scraper blade. All my blades fit across, within this distance of here. And basically what it is you take this tool here, you put the appropriate jaw on it, and then you put the blade in, and then you set right up against there, and then your blade goes right up against one of these blocks. And when you get it that way, when this actually is on your sharpening stone, it'll give you the right angle. But I made it so that I could have a place also to put my sharpening gauge and my blocks for my different types of blades. I also left in room for 2 more sets that I'm looking at getting for my 98 and 99 to sharpen those blades, and those 2 planes go here, and that should give me all the jaws I need to work with. But I did this so that I would have an area where basically I could, store these, because these were just in the bottom of a drawer and they were just all over the place. Now they have their own little place. And I'm going to take this out, but basically what it is I designed this so that I could take it out and put it up on my workbench. And I'm doing this one-handed, but if you see, it has a little bench hook on it, and it will go on the bench, but right now I'm just going to show you on top of my board here, and that way I can make adjustments on my tools here and go up against it without it sliding all the way back to the back of the bench. And that's what it's for. And also, if you look in this drawer, I put a little support block in here and little retainer blocks here, so that when I put it back in the drawer and I slam the drawer forward, it doesn't slide to the back of the drawer. So when I'm done with it, I can basically just pick it up and I can put it right back where it goes. And it's got its little place. It's not going anywhere, and it has its place inside the drawer. So that was the second thing I was working on since the last video. Now, if you want to, you can go over to Instagram, Prickly Pear Woodworking on Instagram, and my Facebook page as well for Prickly Pear, and you can see the stuff over there as well, both this one and that little block there. Now, there was one other little item that I did make, and I still waiting on an order to come in for a coping saw and also some other small tools for doing dovetail work. But this one here, I also made this one too, and I could have bought one online, but I had some scrap wood, and you know, this is like 9-degree angle here. It's for laying out dovetails, and it has a 90-degree back here, and it works really well. And I made this as well. So again, I've got pictures of that over on Instagram, Prickly Pear Woodworking Instagram, and also on Prickly Pear Woodworking on Facebook as well. So these are kind of the three items I've built since we've been gone. But I'm going to get up here and I'm going to show you what I've kind of been up to is laying out for my tool till. And I know it's a little hard to see here because I've got so much stuff laying across here, but I'll go ahead and clean this off a little bit so that we can kind of see it. And there's kind of my plan, my makeshift plans that I've been kind of working off of for this whole thing. But I'll go ahead and move this all down as well. Get it off of here. So now, put that down there. All right, this is kind of so basically what I've done here is I've run my top and my bottom, my intermediary board, which is this one, my center parallel board, and then I run both ends, both here and one on the other end. And also the upright board that goes here, I've run those, I've got everything cut to width, and I've already done that. And what I've done here is I've laid this out, and I know it's a little hard to see, but all these lines here, on the end, it may be a little bit hard to see here. I'll try to bring this in just a little bit. There we go. You can maybe see some lines. Now here, I've started laying out my dovetails on the edges. Now, my outside, all four corners of my outside my case are going to be put together with dovetails. Okay, and my bottom and my top are both six feet in length. From here to the top of it is 3 feet, and all four corners of these boards are going to have dovetails. Now, my next board up, which is it's about 10 inches high, because I'm going to have, I'll show you my little picture in a little bit, it'll make sense. But I'm going to pull this back a little bit. But as I pull this back, you're going to see I've got lines here. This is where all my dividers are for all my different little cubby holes that I'm making for the smaller planes. Like right here, there's one here, there's one here, and one here. These, my dovetail plane will go here, and I have a spot for the 1/2 inch as well. Like I said, I'm building this so that I have plenty of room for all the planes that I plan on having at one point. But at this point here, right here, now this is where the end of my actual plane till is going to be, is right here, and both the bottom cabinet and my planes. But because basically from this point, this is going to be a rabbet here, and I'm going to I'm going to have a piece that goes from here all the way up to the top board. And then from there back to this point here, it's approximately 18 inches. This is where all my saws are going to go, in this area right here. Now, once you get above the shelf, there is going to be a place that's about 18 inches wide. And I think I have it on this board. There it is. If you can see right there. Now, because this board here is supposed to be turned over, but this will be the upright for the little section from here to down to this section here. That's going to be for all my chisels and stuff. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. Now, I have kind of let me lay this out just so that you can kind of get the gist of it. So, anyway, so this will be looking at the front of it. And each one of these squares is 1 inch, relatively 1 inch. So this box here is for the Veritas combo plane going in here. And then right here, this is where my 140 plane that goes in here. And then I'm gonna build like a little drawer that goes in here for all the blades, and then the plow plane, Veritas plow plane. Now that we get down here, this right here, this board here, that groove I was showing you, right in here, that's what this is for. Because this here, this is where all my chisels are going to go, and other tools, and the saw tool will be down here. But you know, we have tongue and groove planes, and then we'll have the small, the medium, and the large shoulder planes will go in here, and then there'll be our box for blades, our little drawer for blades up here. And then these three here will be the different types of block planes that I want to get. And then again, the 95 goes in there, and then we have the 45B, and then the scrub plane goes in here. And this will be the end of all the planes. Now my longer planes up here, these are going to be, basically they'll go in and sit on a shelf. Now these up here are largest planes that are going to be on a 7-degree incline plane. And of course it starts off with my number 8, which I have, 7, the 6, these two I don't have, the 5 which I have, the 4 which I don't have, 3 I don't have, but the 2 and the 1 I've got. They go here like this. And then of course I've got room for the 10 1/4, the 51, the 85, the 212. Now I do have the 212. I don't have the 212. I have the 112. I have that one. The 164 I don't have. 62 I don't have. I have this one, the 7.5 low angle. So I'll have those in there, but that's kind of what the layout's going to be. And then the top shelf, of course, the top will be the full width, be like this wide as well. And that way I can stack stuff up on top. But that's kind of a brief recap of how things are going. The long form 30-minute, 40-minute videos that I've done before, I don't plan on making any more of those. I'm going to try to keep them all down around, less than 20 minutes. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm just going to try to give you an overall, kind of bring it together. And I may be doing little short clips to get that up there. I know this one was more of a, start to finish type of thing, but I figured I'd give you a little something to let you know what I've been doing, and I'll get back with you later. But make sure that you go over and check us out on our Instagram and Facebook at Pear Woodworking. Subscribe, join, like, all those neat things they want you to do that helps the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed here on YouTube as well, please do so. It helps. I'm trying to build this channel and make that way I can share with all the projects that I've got planned to do, and make it so other people can see it as well. Till next time, stay safe.